Okay. Should be good. Okay, now you are going to have to bear with me as I rewind and give you a recap of all the events from last time. And it took me some digging because even I forgot a lot of it.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's only been 5 months.
Fuck, it's been 5 months.
Yeah, it was just before Thanksgiving.
That's so wild to me that 5 months have passed since the last time we played. That's so cool.
Yeah, we're just so busy because he had holidays and shit.
Yeah. God. Time is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. Here's the recap. Okay. Maddie, go ahead. No, I'm
I was like,
why don't you take the reins on
hey,
that?
Mr. Gavin, is that your job? I can't remember what the fuck happened.
I literally
All I
went-
remember is I kidnapped some bitch and hogtied her.
Not a
Yeah,
bad
you
start.
did. It's just really funny. It's like, all right, here's the last thing we did. Maddie, go ahead.
Clack, clack.
Alright, so last time was the big climax, basically, of the first arc of the campaign. So, while you were down in the depths under the grove, investigating the machines that are essentially sapping or siphoning the energy from the roots of all the different trees, and particularly the giant mother tree that sits in the center of the Druid Grove. While you were exploring there, you found a ledger written in different languages, partly in a language that none of you had ever seen before. And you were able to kind of piece together that it was essentially a list of items, including a list of items that were stolen from the three of you, with corresponding shipping locations and signatures. So the shipping locations were what was basically obscured in the unknown language, but the signature was, you were able to see it and understand it, and it had the name of Lyriel, which is the elf from the Harpers of the Grove, who basically betrayed them, and was sent to the Grove, to the Harper's knowledge. She was sent on a mission investigating the whispers of the woods and what's actually causing the strange occurrences in the outskirts of the Grove. And that's essentially when she ran into you in that tavern and stole your items, disappearing after that. So you've gotten closer to tracking her down, and in the essential kind of big climax, you were able to capture her and hog-tie her and escape with her. So let's see what else there was there. Also, while you were down there, you met a goblin woman and her child. So they had helmets on with a symbol of a split dagger with an X crossed through it. So you learn that these goblins are from a goblin tribe of the Blackwater, which is a swamp that's basically just northeast of Senna's home. So they actually kind of recognized you, Senna, when they were first seeing you. Mm-hmm. So they basically lived alongside the orcs in the wastelands with Senna, and being part of that Broken Dagger tribe, basically they had served the god of all goblins that all goblins served, and they basically had told you guys that many of them have to keep their faith in secret because now they've been, with the power vacuum of the wastelands with Senna gone, and the gang's basically a bit fractured. New presence has kind of taken over and kind of enslaved the goblins, and so they're serving their new masters now. And she wasn't able to tell you, if you remember the scene. Basically, she tried to give you a name, but she was prevented from it, and then there was a blackout that happened, and she tried to communicate the idea that, like, I want to tell you, but I'm, like, physically incapable of doing so. And the torches went out, and her voice is basically stifled from telling you who she serves now. So, let's see. Then after that, you follow up and find basically a large clearing within the cave system, at the four corners of which were basically 4 power cells. You guys had managed to take out 2 of them while battling with Selka, the sister of Kyra, the one that basically sacrificed her and beheaded her, working basically against the Grove. and in doing so, 2 went down, but you also had to fight against Lumerith, which is Nick's character, and you chose to spare his life, and so I'll let you know now that that act of mercy basically led him to survive a little bit longer. You don't know what happened to him, but you do know that his actions, or that your decision to keep him alive, basically, and actually heal him a little bit, allowed him to get to a 3rd power cell, while you guys chase after the main baddies, Selka and a masked figure that you couldn't see that did escape. And because he was able to destroy the 3rd power cell, essentially the subsequent blast of energy that happened afterwards, drawing on the power cells, was much weaker. So only 25% of the strength actually went off. And it was 25% of the damage that would have been done to the grove and to the surrounding woods, basically. So if you recall, basically what happened in that scene was there was a cloaked figure that was standing by the switch that was able to flip it, but not before Senna actually tackled and was able to successfully grapple Lyriel and capture her basically as prisoner. So that flipping of the switch, though, was able to draw enough power and essentially launch a beam of energy from directly underneath the mother tree of the grove and basically tear its way upward, destroying the mother tree and essentially having a ripple out effect of destruction on the grove itself and the environment itself. And that was only 25% of the damage that would have been done because you guys were able to successfully stop it or limit it. So essentially you made your way back out. You found the goblin mother and her boy. You found the axe that she carried, so I'll tell you, we'll loop back into what that axe is all about. And then Tyr, also, you grabbed a poisoned tipped dagger that was left behind by Selka as she used a teleportation, basically to, if you remember, she kind of dug into one of the roots and was able to open it and teleport herself out to safety.
I thought I had that.
The dagger?
Yeah,
I don't think you grabbed it. When I went back and checked the notes, I don't think you grabbed it.
Okay, never mind.
I think
I remember she slipped through my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also remember, like, probably we were talking about who's going to take the dagger, and it would just make more sense for
Yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah, the idea is I wanted you guys both to have something out of that fight, and so that's the idea. So you guys will hear more about like what's the deal with these weapons as we go on, but so you grab those on your way out. You find the dead boy and the dead mother, but you're able to escape with Lyriel as your prisoner, kind of bound up. And so as you kind of re-emerge towards the surface, the earth kind of spits you back out, just like an exhausted exhale. After the rumbling and chaos from below, finally things are starting to settle down. You re-emerge and you take in the environment. There's a deep sense of dread among you as you kind of look around the night sky and of the Whispering Woods. Essentially, you're a little bit closer, or you're actually quite a bit closer to Kyra's altar, if you remember where that was. Much closer to that than you are to the grove itself. But as you emerge and take a glimpse of the night sky, you're able to see 2 massive beams of light coming from opposite directions. One is coming from the direction of that altar, and the other is coming from where the mother tree once stood, where once you'd be able to look off into the distance and see it towering over, you don't see the mother tree standing there. Instead, you see that giant beam of light. And so one of those beams of light from the mother tree was what destroyed it from the underside up and kind of tore through the trunk of it, just destroying it. So with that recap done, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my notes here to actually get into the session. So give me 1 second.
What's the name of the bitch I have on me again?
Lyriel.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Yeah, the bitch.
As your hog tie.
The bitch on my back.
I'm gonna call you bitch. Bound bitch. Bound ugly stupid bitch.
Just keeps on stacking names.
So what brings you here in the woods? You back stupid bitch.
You backhanded, bounded, stupid bitch.
I forgot what I called you.
Now that I got you on my back, you can't go anywhere. Because of the implication.
Because of the implication. Oh no, she's in real trouble, huh?
So we're not killing your Lumiel, right? We're not killing Lumiel. She's no danger.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. So you're standing here with Lyriel in your hands, and the two beacons pulling you at opposite directions. What do your characters do first?
And we recognize pretty much like where the beams like are. Like, you know, that's the mother tree area, that's like the...
Yeah, you would have known, like, oh, that's usually where the mother tree would stand, like a skyscraper, you'd be able to see it from where you are. And you know the direction is closer, the beam of light that you're closer to is the direction of that altar where Kyra, where you first found her, in the graveyard.
I'm gonna take a guess and say we should go towards the closer one first.
Okay.
Alright. Guess we're doing
I
it.
just imagine just like me holding like L'Oreal's like Shrek and Fiona.
Yes. That's a really good descriptor.
It's actually pretty accurate. Like the visual, literally. From
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, Tyr tells everyone that, we should probably head towards the, closest one first before we head to the tree. That way we can at least see where, you know, if we can detect what happened, how this is happening, how it's affecting the area.
Okay. Does anyone check on Lyriel? Do you say anything to each other, or to her, or to Kyra, or to anything
Nope.
else? No,
Nope.
you just drag her along?
Nope, no, I'm just dragging her.
Okay, and again, like, she's over your shoulder? Or what's
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
along for the
like
ride.
Shrek and Fiona, just identical.
She knows what she checked in for.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and to be fair, she's probably pretty weak at this point from that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like she has much strength to try and fight back or escape right now or struggle.
Wait, hold on. Does Lars doesn't have any healing, does he?
Who, Alaris?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He might.
I think he has, oh, I'm here right now. But,
Yeah, I don't know if you guys, if your character sheets have your like HP. Actually, it looks like they do. So if you guys want to heal, if you have anything, feel free to.
I think
Well, I was thinking,
we
like,
should take
since-
a short rest.
Since Lariola doesn't have any, like, she's not like us, where we're like, you know, we can take a short rest and then heal. So I was thinking we could use healing ward on her so she's not almost dead.
Well, that's the fun of it.
Never mind then, Maddie, you're right.
Because she gets out of line.
Let me see.
Lights out, bitch.
Just bonk on head right
Yeah.
behind me.
Ding dong.
Let me see if actually her HP might be listed in our last encounter. They changed the UI, so I have to find it really quickly.
I'm at 14 and 29.
Well, you guys are okay. I'm not. You guys can
I'm at
take a rest
13
or
or
heal if you
21.
want, though. I'm not gonna.
I think a short rest would be a good idea before we start heading off. Wait, which one? Short rest can also heal you, right? Can't remember.
Yeah, short rest heals you and replenishes. I don't know. I don't think it's like a full replenish.
It's, oh, what is it? It's your hit die.
I'm sure it says it in the kit. You should if you hover over. I don't know. I still
Yeah,
can't
it
find
should say short rest.
It
like,
says short rest. I can see short rest and long rest, but
Yeah.
when I hover over, it doesn't show.
I forgot what it is offhand. It's been a while.
Hey, you know what? I have a computer. Might as well.
Technology.
Did D&D Beyond get rid of their encounter creator? Because I don't.
They probably just moved it.
Oh.
It used to be like really front and center, which is great.
Alright, so yeah, you use hit die. So D10 for fighters, D6 for wizards. That's what it says.
Well, it's how many? Yeah, because like after so long, you only have like so many hit die, like for your.
Well, I think D&D Beyond should do it for us, right? Because there's a short
Yeah,
rest.
yeah,
no,
but
we
like
can
but
get the
like the
bar-
rule in general though.
Well, yeah, I was trying to figure out the rule in general.
I can't. Yeah, it's somewhere. I can't remember.
Okay.
Where was
I mean,
it?
if we long rest,
Well, long rest is 8 hours.
yeah, no, but we'd be full health. That's the main goal here, Maddie, is full health.
I don't want to like metagame, but and you guys can rest if you want, but because the last session was like a massive battle, like I'm not really gonna this session is more about like cleaning up, finding answers, what the fuck just went down,
Okay.
as opposed to like
Battle.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
I think you should probably like take a short rest.
Alright, short rest of this thing.
Okay. So yeah, feel free to everyone. I can do Alaris's, but you guys just quick short rest then.
Well, I have two choices on there because I'm a rogue warlock.
Oh, so mine is. So I have 3 hit die for Barbarian.
Are you supposed to? Yeah, because I'm seeing that UI too. Are you supposed to just use all of them, or like?
You just roll your like so.
Or you want to save them if like for the next short rest? Maybe I don't know how it works.
No, you are. Oh shit. No. It's not like you just save that. It's like how many you use during. Why the fuck did that not play?
All right, I'm just gonna do whatever on them.
Not a good.
I'm doing like 1 hit die. And.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Bet.
Okay. You guys ready to continue towards the closer beam of light?
Yeah.
The meme alive.
The meme of light. Nice. It's the meme of light.
Give me 1 second to get there. Because I have like branching options, so I have to scroll. Okay. So you start making your way through the Whispering Woods, and so I guess your characters would be around here, and then gradually making your way to that. Let's say that's the Kyra's altar. So the beacon pulls you through the trees until the altar opens up before you. So once you are kind of at the threshold of the altar, you get closer and you start to see that a massive crack is running down the center of the altar. It's very jagged and very deep, almost like down to the very base of it. And that's actually where the beam of light is coming from. You can see it like pouring through upwards through the crack. You can also see vines have kind of coiled themselves around the outer edges of the altar and are digging into it, actually leaving kind of like an imprint cracking into the sides and the base of the altar as well, like constricting it like a snake. And as you get closer and closer, you start to be illuminated by this massive light source, and you start to look up at the sky as well, and you see that the sky is incredibly alive with swarming sets of spirits. So you've seen this visual essentially before, but they seem much more aggressive and active than you've ever seen them. And so essentially these are the lost souls that wander the Whispering Woods, and these are the sources of the whispers themselves that cause you to hear the voices in your head kind of pulling you in different directions. These are the lost souls, and so they are swirling around and swarming around the beam of light like moths, basically way high up into the air. And you see basically hundreds and hundreds of them. So as you get closer and closer to it, the lantern that houses Kyra, which I believe you're holding here, it starts to hum and grow brighter and brighter than you've ever seen it. And as you get closer, the spirits actually start to move even faster. They start to kind of group up more tightly together to where it's almost like they're it's not just a bunch of scattered spirits. It's almost like they're coming together, where every individual spirit looks kind of like a serpent, like an eel. They're all coming together like a swarm, and they're making the shape of a giant eel essentially together. At that point, what do you do?
Can I see that child Lego?
Yeah, we can pretend this one's Kyra.
No, I was gonna do something.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Oh, you're gonna. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can bring everyone closer that way.
So, I'm going to lift Kyra up, just a lantern, and ask her what exactly is happening. Does she know exactly what's happening? Since she's like changed so much all of a sudden.
She takes a moment and then softly says, "They want to go home. I know that feeling." She stays quiet for a moment, and then as she's looking at the altar and then at the spirits above, what do you guys do? Do you guys say anything to her?
I say, "Where's home?" This fucking arm is sharp.
What are you doing?
You'll see.
Okay.
Just keep going.
I see what you're trying to do. I don't think it's gonna work.
It's no.
That is a question only they can answer with help.
So how do we send them home?
They need a guide.
Are you that guide?
Kyra goes quiet and says, "Place the lantern on the altar. I want to ask this of you, but it's your choice."
And then I just look at you. Because you have it.
I'll place it on the altar. So how about this? We'll pretend later. I knew it. I knew you.
You're an animal.
I fucking knew it.
And I'm gonna
Fucking
like.
monster. I mean, it's helpful actually. Yeah, you can use Alaris's base actually if that makes it more stable.
Yeah, because that is so top heavy.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hope that works actually.
That's just a ridiculous.
Oh, and the cup is a lantern. Okay, we're getting creative. I like it, guys. Storytelling.
Yeah, here.
You can make him sit down too, like if he's not. Okay.
You know what?
Or maybe use the thing the staff is like. The way to
he
prop
doesn't
him up,
bend.
Maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't bend.
Maybe just push the staff down so it's like it's propping him up, like for balance.
Trying to measure it so
That's so funny. I can't believe that's working. Oh my god. Okay.
this
No,
is...
you put it because that's like the lantern. Put the cup.
No, put the cup there.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Knocked it over.
You gave me the apple.
Alright, that's what I'm saying. Okay. So you place it down, and then as you do so, the closer your hand gets to it, gradually, you can feel the light and the lantern itself like humming, and it starts to almost like rumble and resonate within your chest more than hearing it. You feel it, like something is pulling towards you. You get this even emotional sense of longing, like something is pulling and calling out to you, and all of this is happening. It's building, and as you place it down, the altar starts to kind of shake as the cracks that were, or the massive like crack that was split down the middle starts to branch off into different directions, almost like absorbing and like holding in the lantern in place, as well as intensifying the light that's now happening, that's now shooting upwards. So the lantern's light and the beam of light that's coming up from it are starting to kind of swirl together and become one, just amplifying each other. And then as this is happening, you hear Kyra's voice explain, "They've been circling these woods for a long time, lost between where they were and where they're supposed to be. They need a guide, someone who knows both sides." With that, the lantern starts to emit a projection of what Kyra used to look like. And so it's not just this light housed in the lantern anymore. You see basically this projection of her as a ghost, as a spirit. she's still kind of translucent. I actually have a picture if I can pull it up. 1 second.
You're gonna pull it up in Discord?
That's a good idea, actually.
It's actually smarter than turning your whole computer around.
Yeah, actually, thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Let me see if I can find it really quick.
If at any point my computer would like to load stuff, that'd be also cool. Nope. Alright.
Okay, I'll do this one. Okay.
I just noticed you tried calling me on Discord this morning.
Yeah, I was trying to wake your ass up.
Yeah. It was pretty dead to the world, so that's fair.
Wrong picture. Do I not have a picture of myself? Okay, I'm gonna hold off until. I'm gonna hold off. You'll get it in a second, but
Okay.
we're set up at least. So you see the projection of her. Her light is looking much brighter than it ever did before. This isn't the first time that you've seen her form. She's wearing kind of a tattered shrine keeper dress. Her eyes are brighter and whiter. She has this kind of translucent whitish bluish glow to her entire form. But where she was once dimmer when you first came across her in the graveyard, she's now illuminated and shining much more brightly and strongly. And as she's projecting her form from the lantern basically onto this altar, you also see. Oh, okay. So as she's projecting herself onto the altar, you also start to feel a humming coming from your items, Senna. So coming from your pocket, you see, or you feel the fragment of the wolf guardian. So if you recall, basically after your first interaction with you, and basically freeing him as a token of gratitude, he gave you a shard, like a fragment of his statue that you repaired for him, and basically you can use that to call upon him and summon him. Now, during the last climax of the last session, you saw that one of the things that the machinery was drawing power from was actually his statue, and you saw basically it was jammed with different kind of devices siphoning power from it, and basically it had destroyed it. And so, to your knowledge, it essentially killed the wolf guardian in that moment. Now, the fact that you still have a fragment of his statue, now it's reacting essentially in concert with the altar and with this beam of light. So, as you pull it out, you feel it start to glow and hum. What do you do?
I start getting kind of weirdly nervous, and then if I take it and I put it towards the light shit, does it react any differently? Yeah,
similar to what Tyr felt while he was bringing the lantern closer. You start to feel even the humming and vibrations running up your arm and into your shoulder and deep into your chest as you get closer and closer to it. And Kyra even starts to hold out her hands like she's asking for it.
Okay, I give it to her.
Okay.
Cautiously.
She reaches out with both hands, and the fragment basically levitates and lifts and is in the center of her hands, spiraling very slowly, giving off that glow and that hum. And as it starts to kind of settle into this position within or above her palms, she grabs onto it gently with both hands, claps to her chest. She brings it in, and she holds it there. at this point, you start to see the remnants of the wolf spirit retake its form, and where it was once massive and powerful and had that kind of trademark blue glow, especially around its eyes, just shimmering off like flames, now it's a shell of its former self. It's much more small. It's taking up a much smaller form that's also somewhat in the nature of the serpentine kind of looking souls around it, around you guys, above you. As it comes to, it starts to kind of swirl around the fragment, swirl around her palms that she has clasped together, and starts to almost playfully circle around and start to spiral around her forearms, going around, gradually making her way all the way up to her shoulder, and circling around her neck, tracing the scar of where her decapitation scar was, and gently resting itself kind of around her collar before kind of slowly making its way over to her shoulder. As this is happening, Kara looks a little bit unnerved at first, but then as it's starting to kind of get closer and closer to her, she starts to laugh in a very kind of like sweet and soft way. And in that moment, it just feels like you're not seeing a spirit of a girl, of a tragic story of revenge. You're seeing a girl who's laughing with her puppy. And so that's kind of the vibe that you're getting from that moment. Kyra sits very still. She's soft and she's quiet with her laughter. She's kind of examining and looking over and tilting her head over towards that wolf spirit that's now on her shoulder. And she explains to you guys, his spirit remains, but his power is gone. He can't be the forest guardian anymore. And she looks up at the spirits above. I was a shrine keeper, sacrificed on the very altar I was charged to protect. He was a guardian whose strength was used to destroy the forest he was meant to keep. She looks at the crack in the altar and says, the spirits above are lost. She looks up at the spirits, then she looks back down at the altar below. The woods below are in ruin. Then she tilts her head once more to the wolf guardian spirit on her shoulder and says, maybe it's only right that we restore balance together. What do you guys say or do? What are you thinking?
Is her like translucent self, has that changed since I gave it to her?
No. No, she looks the same.
So if they're going to work together somehow to bring all these souls back to where they belong, where do we fit in that?
Man, it's us to decide.
Well,
You
how the
guys-
fuck are we supposed to know?
Exactly. We'll just figure that out.
You can do whatever you want. You can ask them whatever you want. You can, yeah. it's up
Okay,
to you.
well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, okay, so how do we help you? Where do we fit in this plan?
For too long, this grove and these woods have been at the mercy of forces working in the darkness, forces working for their own good. In your travels here, you have shown acts of mercy, acts of strength, acts of giving and altruism. The part you played in restoring this grove was nothing short of a miracle. You kept my light alive, you restored the power of the wolf, and you reunited us and brought a hint of balance. Now maybe it's time for us to return the favor. So you get the sense that she's about to do something permanent. Does anyone say anything? Does anyone do anything?
Nah, I just
You
stand
reach
back. I
out.
just stand
I
back
don't
and
really
watch.
know
I'm
what
free.
to do or say, so I'd probably just be like, okay, let's stand back.
Okay, so you just stand back and
Yeah,
watch?
not yeah.
Okay, so whatever you do, you honor it basically.
Mm-hmm. I trust them.
We've done this in the past.
She looks
As of
she looks at you and
Kidnapping.
sees hesitation, doubt, and maybe a bit of concern. She wants to reach out and kind of ease your mind, saying, "I'll still be here, but different. Everything changes in little ways." She then turns towards the beacon and looks up. She enters it with the spirit of the wolf wrapped around her collar. And as they move closer together and move closer towards the beacon, they essentially start to rise and levitate higher and higher and higher up until they start to reach the swarm of the lost souls, start to get into even the clouds. You can barely see her now, she's just a speck, but there's still a powerful sense of light and kind of emotional gravity that's kind of even pulling you by your chest towards, like it has a gravitational pull, this beam of light, and you notice that it's 1,000 times even stronger for the spirits themselves, which are gravitated towards them, instantly spiraling around, getting brighter and brighter, moving faster and faster, essentially. As the light starts to grow and illuminate brighter and brighter and brighter, you start to see the spirits take that form of that one consolidated spirit and start to freeze themselves, detach from that one consolidated spirit, and now they're all individual forms, but instead of those eel shapes, now they are peaceful, humming, levitating just orbs of light with a hint of blue light that seems familiar in color, similar to the Wolf Guardian's light. They have a sense of calm and safety and protection about them instead of that unstable, swirling and swarming action. They kind of surround them like twinkling stars, basically just in the surrounding area. And you can barely make it out. Things are getting so bright, it's lighting up the forest from this one source, but you're able to kind of like open your eyes and squint past it and see this silhouette of Kyra. It looks a little bit different, a little bit larger, not very much so, but a vague silhouette. And as it gets closer and closer and closer back to the ground, it's descending very gently, and the twinkle of the souls above remains steady and peaceful now. And you hear basically no more whispers coming from them any longer. And as she descends, you start to see her a little bit more clearly. And you see that she was telling the truth. She's still with you, but a little bit different. So when she settles in, you can see that Kyra has changed. Her ears are like that of the wolf, slimmed up and tapered with a little bit of a...
It's a furry.
I knew you would go there.
Sorry.
And you're good.
The
I
first
was
furry
expecting
in this
it.
world.
I was expecting it. The ears are kind of moving like a fox's would almost, just kind of like flickering in different directions. When she rotates herself as she's descending more to be facing you guys, and as she gently lands on the pedestal below on that altar, you hear the swishing of a tail coming from behind her, just sweeping, and you see it just flicker behind her, and her eyes glow with that familiar Guardian's blue. So at this point, I'll go ahead and share a visual of what you're looking at.
Okay.
You also see that the tattered dress that she once wore has been basically mended.
Ah, okay. It's a great visual.
And this was essentially the before of the Souths. Maybe it's a take. Okay.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So let's see here. Maddie, did you get it?
Yeah, sorry, I was texting my brother.
You're good.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
I sent him the pictures I sent in the chat. He's like, "Oh my god, are you playing D&D with Legos?"
Wait, who was that?
My brother.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You use your Legos for it.
I shove a whole bag of Legos up my ass. Never heard that before? The Jelly Beans version of that?
No, I've not heard that.
Some like voice line of some black lady who's just like, I shoved a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
Alright, she descends, she lands gently on that pedestal in this new form. She starts to kind of like bare her fangs a little bit as she's getting more familiar and feeling out her kind of new form. She's kind of like surprised by her tail behind her. She even does like a little quick 360 trying to spin around almost like she's chasing it like a puppy would. And then as she gets her bearings and kind of like resettles herself almost a little bit off balance, she starts to like take in her environment almost like her senses have been amped up. Like her ears are able to hear things that she wasn't able before. Like she's able to even like smell sense in the distance that she wasn't able to before. And her eyes glow with that piercing blue light, like flames coming off the sides and the corners of her eyes, like the Guardian once did, as she has essentially merged with it and taken on its powers, but also its role. And we'll see how much of her is essentially left over as a result. She looks at her own hands like she's seeing them for the first time after a very long period of blindness. They're still her own human hands, but she just feels different in her own body. She feels stronger, and you can sense that. She looks up from her hands and upon you guys and says, "I'm free. Not free from, but free to. Free to right the wrongs and correct the sins of my sister Selka. Free to find my own identity in responsibility and in a new role." She looks at each of you and says, "I am Kyra, keeper of the Whispering Woods, guide to its lost souls, an ally to all of you." She closes her eyes briefly and thanks you again for keeping my flame alive. Does anyone say anything back to her?
Just thinking, and I go like, "You're looking different."
You get a haircut?
Yeah. But so this is more for you, not asking her.
What's that?
Does she go back in the lantern?
You can ask her.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she was like, that's behind me now. That was my whole Kyra life. Okay, I'll ask her. Like, so, Kyra, now that this has happened, do we drop the lantern?
The lantern will remain a beacon for this altar, but I will no longer be bound to it.
Awesome.
I will be free to fulfill my duty to these woods and to these souls.
So does that mean this is goodbye?
In a sense, but that doesn't mean it has to be forever. It's a form of death as I leave the life I thought I had, and then once again leave the afterlife I thought I had. But in many ways, death can be a new beginning, but does require a letting go. And as she says that, she puts the lantern down.
is there any way we can call on you if we do need help in the future?
I will remain your ally, should you need. That fragment that my predecessor bestowed upon you is a token I will honor. You can call upon it and call upon me with it in the future. And she lifts it from the altar and hands it back to Senna.
What was it again?
It's a fragment of the Wolf Guardian statue.
Okay, it's the
You can just type in like Guardian fragment or Wolf fragment. What?
Google Docs is take a fucking shit.
Just bring up the notes app.
I have all my shit in the Google Doc.
Oh. And you should see my notes page. It's fucking atrocious.
That's why I was
on
like,
my computer.
their notes
How many
pages-
pages do you have left in your books?
Oh, I still have quite a bit because the other sessions are on my computer.
Okay.
So
Most of the time, whenever we're playing like in our own houses, I have the book out just because I write faster than I type.
Yeah.
So like, when
Nah,
we're
I'm
done,
the
usually
other
I try
way.
to be like, hey, I go to AI and just be like, make this into text, so I can just copy paste.
That makes sense. That's smart.
Yeah.
I actually I feel like it's I don't know, just there's something about writing it down, especially for a session in your life. It feels really cool.
Yeah, it just feels more interactive.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just kind of like retarded and dyslexic and can't spell
No, I mean,
yeah.
we're not all the same here. Like, let's be real.
I
My
could type a
ADHD
hell of a lot faster than
No, same. I would get tired of writing.
And I don't even think the AI could fucking read this.
Oh, I mean,
To be honest with you.
writing is like a little stim for me, so I love it.
Okay, and yeah, worst case, like you can always go to the sessions, and then maybe there's like a transcription tool online, and I can just like even just like send you guys a transcription of the session.
Honestly, that'd be good.
And they're just like telling AI, hey, like tell me the notes. What did Tyr?
Oh, that's a good idea.
What
That's a
items
solid
did
idea.
Tyr get during the session? What did he learn? Like what
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Okay, so with that, does anyone say or do anything else?
No, I mean,
I guess I'd go up to her. I don't say anything, but I go up to her and it's like and then put my like hand on her forehead and say like good work or good job or something.
Okay, I love it. It's amazing. So
I stay there.
Okay, and as you do that kind of lovingly reassuring, maybe tussle her hair a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Her ears kind of like shift uncomfortably, but then as they emerge from your big giant hand, they kind of like playfully twitch and flop around. And then her tail starts to wag a little bit as she's kind of happy.
she's adorable.
Good for you.
Oh no! It's such a problem. Like I knew it was going to happen, but it's like
You did this.
I did do it. I just I hoped it wouldn't be too bad. Like I expected, but I hoped it wouldn't be too bad because I felt like
I'm gonna make 2 jokes so far.
No, you're good.
No, you can make jokes as much as you want.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
whole
fine.
point of this.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll look at her after Senna is done patting her head. Thank you, little one. This is definitely not goodbye. So we'll see you soon.
I'm happy to hear that. But until we see each other again, I do want to leave you with a token of gratitude and return the favor as promised. She basically explains that if you have items that would use to protect yourselves in the oncoming journey, I can lend a hand and lend some of my strength to them. As you do so, or as she says that, you start to feel kind of that pulling force again, but coming from the new weapons that you received.
Oh, so these are new? They're not like existing weapons that
This
we
is
have?
the poison-tipped dagger from
Gotcha.
Selka, and the axe from the priestess shaman
Okay, now that makes more sense.
goblin. So as you start to feel them kind of like twitch on your hip, what do you guys do?
I glimpse at it and just I don't know what the fuck it's doing, so I'm just gonna glimpse at it.
Okay. Well, I'll say, well, what did you do?
She's asking for your axe.
Oh, she's asking?
Yeah, well, she doesn't know, but like she's offering to lend some. She's offering a buff.
Oh,
She,
that's
she wants to. Yeah, I'll make it clear. She wants to buff your new weapons.
okay.
No, that's fair. I thought she was like already like kind of taking them out.
No. You feel them being pulled towards her is what I meant.
Oh, now I see. Okay.
Yeah, like they're asking you to draw your weapon.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So I'll take my poison dagger out and hand it kind of close to her.
I do
Okay.
the same.
Okay. So she starts with Tyr's dagger. And now again, because she's attuned with this wolf spirit, who knows you very well, knows your souls, knows your memories, knows your motives. Remember, if you recall, we had that kind of session dedicated towards basically the wolf interrogating you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys explored your memories and backstories through that. So she's now kind of tuned into those emotions and motivations and feelings and memories. So she looks at you, Tyr, and says, "You carry something heavy. Not grief exactly. Grief moves, it ebbs and flows. What you carry is older, stiller, and settles deep into your bones." She takes your dagger, she holds on to it very, very tightly, and as she does so, from her palms emits a light from the base, from the handle of it, that starts to basically wrap itself and start to creep up the blade up until the very point that lets off a shimmer. And she continues with her explanation as this is happening, saying, "Revenge. Revenge taken cleanly leaves a wound that can heal." And as she does so, she rubs the scar on her neck. Revenge dragged out, delayed, denied, festers in the one who waits for it. This blade carries a venom that works in the same way. It does not kill quickly, it spreads, it waits, it reminds whatever it touches that the end is coming and cannot be outrun. So she meets your eyes with that statement. "I offer it not to make you cruel, but to make you patient. The difference can be small, but always there for those who look." What does Tyr do?
Is she giving me the knife at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
she reaches out towards you.
So I'll take the knife and stare at it for a second, just understanding what that means based off what she said. And I'll say I'll try to keep that in mind as I put it away.
I don't know what awaits you on the end of your road, but I know you'll reach it. She then turns to Senna to accept your axe.
Mm-hmm.
She looks it over and explains, this battle axe is unlike common ones that can be bought and sold in the town shop. This is a holy weapon of a goblin's of the servant of a goblin god. Long before it was a weapon of war, it is a tool of sacred sacrifice, offering blood back to the earth that gave it. As she's explaining this, a similar pattern repeats. She clasps it in her hand. She's barely able to kind of keep it steady. She has some extra strength, but she's still small. And then as this is happening, similar pattern where it starts to creep up and glow and shimmer with that light. and even start to have like a tinge of that Guardian's blue light that kind of skates its way off the edge of the blade. It remembers its purpose of sacred sacrifice. When you mark an enemy and see the hunt through to its end, the axe feeds that energy back to you. The kill sustains you. It's not cruelty. It's the old covenant for which it was designed. What does Senna do?
She's like, damn, did I just get fucking lifesteal? She kind of, her eyes are kind of like wide open, like, what in the fuck? And then, she just kind of takes it, well, clearly one-handed.
Yeah. Are you seeing this?
Takes it back.
Is that my axe?
I was gonna say, is she just there, like,
She's still there, clearly.
listening to this whole
Yeah,
conversation?
I'm just over my, just...
Like, she's just like, oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
I have it on the wrong shoulder, but it's on the left shoulder.
We can say she's like weak and like barely conscious if it helps with the story.
No, it's fine. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I just take the sword and just kind of just like do like a this motion, just like looking at it
Okay.
and looking at all the like the effects and shit, and then I'll just say like thank you, and then like sheave it.
Very nice. And finally, to Alaris, she takes a moment, and you're gonna have to suspend some disbelief here.
That's right.
Just for the sake of convenience. Because he didn't get it in the battle. So basically, she unveils from her robes.
A massive.
Jesus Christ, man!
Why, Maddie?
The furry shit needs to like just pace it out. You can still do it, but pace it out. I don't need a furry joke like every minute. So she comes to Alaris last and basically telling him, you are looking for something that is not to be found in any one place. I know what it is to be untethered from your past, to reach back for it and find only a vague shape of where it used to be. And then she draws out a small leather-bound journal. Its cover is very soft and dark leather. Its pages are worn parchment, but they faintly glow with kind of a luminous energy to them, similar to the mushrooms in the underground that you've seen. So the edges of the page kind of glow with that luminous feeling on their edges. And she explains, this is the Verdant Codex, taken from the wares of my once beloved sister. If you can use it to find justice for me, justice for those she has harmed, then there will be a certain sense of poetry in its use to keep you safe and to bring her to justice. This codex is drawn from the memory of the grove, from the roots of the mother tree, from the accumulated wisdom and knowledge of every druid who ever tended to these woods, and committed their understanding to earth before they died. She places it in Alaris' hands and explains, it will not tell you who you are, but it will speak to you if you ask it the right questions. And she takes a moment and steps back and looks at all three of you. Without a past, no being can truly know what they have or where they're going. Start with what you know. And from there, the questions you ask will demand the very utmost from you for their answers. And they will have a way of finding you. Right. Before we move on, does anyone have anything to say or do at this point?
I asked her ask Kyra the book that she just gave Alaris. I asked her if anybody can use it or just him.
any of you can use the book. It's written in such a way that is reliant on Druid teachings and a certain understanding of history and medicine and nature. So how much sense it makes will vary depending on the reader, but anyone can use it for its knowledge. Essentially, when you use it, you'll have to do some sort of check, basically.
Gotcha.
And I'll tell you the mechanics and the stats of like all the items probably after the session. I'll post it, so okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm trying to think of something to say. So I'll say thank you for these gifts. There's a whole lot we have to take in from this, but I appreciate all that you've done to help.
And then I look at Kyra, and then I like kind of turn around and I ask her if she has anything for her.
This bitch.
She looks at both of you, I guess responding to Tyr first, saying, the feeling is mutual, and I know we'll all see each other again in this life or the next. As she says the next, she looks up at the souls that she is now meant to guide, implying that maybe you'll see her when your time has come. As for the fashion statement on your shoulder, she says very plainly, I think what awaits her will be found at the Grove. I don't know if she'll like what she finds, though.
Sounds good enough to me.
It's a sword. It's a sword in the chest. That's what. All right. So with that,
And we're gifting.
That's. Really
I'm kind of out of. I'm kind of out of stuff. She like searches her like, oh yes, this ball of lint. She tries to like unhook her keychain from
this
her
really
like
special rock.
like her Kia Elantra. She tries to like unhook her keychain. Yes, it's like a magic 8-ball.
Yes,
Let it guide your future.
Like a Hello Kitty keychain.
A half-used gift card.
Yeah. Gift card to Barnes and Noble.
Already
For all of your scroll needs.
Yeah. It's a dog biscuit. I've been crushing these lately.
For some reason. I don't know why. I just love them.
gluten-free.
Gluten-free. Gluten-free dog biscuits. Okay, so with that being said, does Kira just kind of float off? Or?
With that, you see her basically turn her back to you, step back on top of the altar and kind of reach out her arms. One of them has the lantern, and she's starting to spiral it in a swirling motion, and as she's doing so, you see... Are you still laughing about fucking furry jokes? What's wrong with you?
Something's
happening?
tickling.
You know?
Was it something I said?
No,
No.
take a minute and explain yourself, because this is just ridiculous.
What?
What?
I
You can
thought
laugh.
it
I
was
don't know
a
we're laughing
funny
at.
joke, but it's...
Go on, say it.
No,
If
it's
you're
good.
this tickled,
No,
I
it's
would like
good.
to hear it.
No, that's it's far past bad. But keep going. I'll just
I
keep
kind of want to hear it.
No, it'll... I'll write it down, and then when it comes back up
You can't
again...
even read your own handwriting. Just tell me now.
No, well, she's gone now.
She's not gone yet.
Well, she's almost gone.
What did you-
We can
comedic
rewind.
timing-
Say what the fuck you were gonna say.
No, the comedic timing's gone.
Okay, I said X, and then that prompted you to think what? What did I say, and then what did you think?
No, it was something that happened a little bit ago. It's all good.
Okay, well,
I got it. It's
well,
fine.
that's-
It's fine.
She found a way to be even more frustrating with the joke. So think about it, disrupt shit, and
No,
then not say it.
it's
Yeah.
funny as fuck. I just want to wait for the comedic timing to come back.
Okay, I'm sure you'll find a way.
Just working into the stories.
It's
I'll,
just
I'll find a way.
she'll ignore everything
Well, it's
else
another
anyone
furry
says
joke.
She
to her.
needs to make this joke happen now.
It's another furry joke.
We knew it was a furry joke, Maddie. That's why we were
Cut to an hour from now, we're in David Buster. She just blurts it out in front of the children.
That would be even better, honestly. In the middle of David Buster.
Red Rocket! Just like, whatever.
Red Rocket.
Okay. Back on
Sorry.
track. Okay, yeah,
Sorry.
we got,
No, you're good.
yeah, we want to finish and then get going. Okay, so, so she steps back on the altar. She starts kind of taking the lantern, swirling it around. At which point, it's almost like an orchestra. She's able to like commune with the spirits. I can see her smirking or something so paranoid now. And she's starting almost like she's starting to like paint with them like a brush, but she's painting the night sky, almost like guiding them. And as that's happening, you can see them start to spiral like almost like a twister, and start to like siphon their way and reduce in size into the lantern. Like the lantern is now absorbing them and housing them, and she's able to kind of like guide them and carry them with her within the lantern now. And with that, her eyes glow blue, as does the lantern's light. As she kind of, as a fog starts to kind of creep inwards from the surrounding trees, circle its way around the altar as well as her feet, and absorb her and cloud her until you don't see her anymore, until finally the fog now dissipates and she's gone.
Well,
And with that, the beacon has dimmed. It's still there, but it's dimmed. And in your periphery now, the second beacon awaits.
I'm gonna just kind of watch her fade away, and then once I realize that she's actually gone, I'll say to them, "Well, now we got to go deal with the real problem." And start walking towards the other people.
Okay. So you have Lyriel.
Did you want anything to say?
Yeah.
Like, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, yeah.
I wanted to say, do you want to play with our new toys?
We'll test it out on
Are we
Lyriel.
talking about? All right, bitch, sparring.
It's like, thank you for healing me, but why? You'll find out.
No real reason, sorry. Are we talking sparring? Are we talking fighting? What are we doing? We fighting goblins? We fighting each other?
I don't know.
Well, you said try them out, so I wanted to see what you had in mind.
Tell me if this hurts.
Tell me when to stop. Just say when.
And I pull out my dagger and say, "You really want to try this game? This is poison."
That's when it starts going like this. I can't do it with the small ass thing.
It just starts like going in circles.
Yeah.
I'm like, just throw it at her foot.
You have that lady on your shoulders, so you're just like trying to like with one.
Sideways. No.
So you kind of like fake spar play where you just like examine your weapons as you make your way back into town, back into the grove. You kind of look over your new weapons, maybe just like try them out on each other, just playfully sparring with each other. And then as you get closer and closer, you make your way into the grove. So maybe we can change the layout. I think yeah. It was like a pit stop. Exactly.
Almost there.
Oh,
there actually are a lot more.
Did I skip it maybe? There's a fuck ton more. I didn't think it was that one. Okay. Yeah, we can say that. Whatever. This works fine.
So just for our entrance in.
Yeah, let's say you're getting back from the woods and getting back into town.
Okay, so we'll...
Yeah, let's say you're... That's fine. Okay.
You fucking decapitate him? The fuck?
I do.
Look at his face.
Oh, yeah.
I moved the helmet.
Well, he has two faces. I think he has an angry face and a happy face.
No, because his thing was...
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I turned the helmet, trying to... Uh-oh, your guy came off.
No. I'll fix it.
How did you shove it up its ass? I'm confused. You know what? Here you go. I'm not even gonna pretend to know what you did. I just love that, like, on our way back to, like, you know, some unholy, ungodly evil, we're just like...
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was laughing at, because I was like, we just went to, like, Toys R Us and
We
got,
got-
like, plastic swords.
We got new toys, we got a new puppy!
Been a good day so far. Alright.
Okay, so you have Lyriel on your shoulder, you're making your way back into the grove. As you start to take in, as you're making your way there, is there anything you stop to talk about? Do you maybe nudge Lyriel to try and get her attention and talk to her about anything, or before you make it?
Is she still conscious at this point?
Maybe like barely cling to it. You can like maybe nudge her and she'll like wake up and come to, and you can talk to her.
Yeah, I kind of like go off to the side where people can't really see us. And then kind of like put her down.
Actually, that's a good question. Are there any people around?
Yeah.
Not yet, because you're not back into the grove proper. You haven't like gone through the gates of the grove.
Okay.
Remember, the grove is like surrounded by that thick thorn wall.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just,
that's
like,
right.
Vines and like almost alive. So you're not past that threshold yet. You're like approaching it from the woods. So there isn't anybody out in the outskirts. Just
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But you want to just set her down?
Yeah, I'm gonna like sit her down like proper against the wall.
Okay, so you prop her up against a tree because you're not quite at
Okay.
the yet.
Okay.
And yeah, you see her like start to wake up a little bit just because from that movement. Slowly come to. Do something that you want to say or do with her?
Does she look like drained dead? What does she look like?
She doesn't look like she's on death's door by any means. She just looks like she's really exhausted and needs to rest. And she's maybe like slowly starting to come to, and she's kind of opening her eyes and looking up at you. I guess you're hunched over and staring at her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like baring your fangs at her.
That would be a terrifying image to wake up to with Sarah.
She kind of like rubs her eyes and looks up at you, and just kind of like sees you bearing down over her. It says, "Oh, look who it is! My favorite stink breath ogre."
Welcome.
Why, thank you. What brings me here? She kind of looks around. She's still bound. Do you remember? I don't remember how you bound her. Did you bind her with her hands behind her back? I don't know.
Yeah, I hog-tied her.
But you didn't actually.
No, yeah.
No, how did you bring her up from the tunnels?
I hog-tied her.
Over her shoulder.
Remember? I hog-tied her, and then I tied her, and then I had a rope on my waist, and I hog-tied her, and I had a rope from my waist to her.
Okay, so when we say hog-tied her, can you show me what that actually looks like? Her legs and her...
Yeah, she's
her
like...
legs and her arms are bound.
Yeah,
but in front of her?
No, behind her.
Behind, okay.
And then her arms and her feet are
tied to each other.
Dan,
Yeah.
have you ever seen what a hog tying?
Yeah, but
looks
I
like?
don't know if it's like behind her or
No, it's
in
behind
front of her.
you.
Usually it's behind, so no, you can't move your legs. You can't.
How are
move
you
your
doing that
arms.
to a hog?
Oh, it's pretty easy. Because the
Their
hog's on
legs
the
go.
hog's on
Here,
its
I'll
back,
show you,
the
I'll
hog's
show
on its
you, I'll
back,
show
so
you,
you're doing
I'll show
both
you.
its legs.
Yeah, but then its limbs are out in front of it, not behind it.
No, look. If the pig is on its back, has both of its legs bound here and both of its legs down here, it can't do shit. What's it gonna do?
No, I know. What I'm saying is that like
This is a...
I know, but if we're saying we're doing that to Lyriel, then
I
her arms and legs aren't
need to
front.
choose another
It's by
example.
her
Hang
stomach,
on.
not behind her.
I think what she's thinking of is like in Red Dead Redemption sort of.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Just so I know what you. Yeah, like that.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
yeah.
Okay. So then at that point,
This is my first example.
Jesus.
No.
Not quite. So you keep wanting to take this to a dark place.
No S&M stuff here.
That was the first image that popped up when I typed in hog
Of course
tie.
it was. Why wouldn't it be that?
Yeah. So she's like, that's kind of awkward. So maybe she's like on her side at the very least, but she's trying to lean herself up against the tree. So it's like a little bit at an angle, trying to like lean on her shoulder against the tree to like sit up a little bit. As she says, "So what brings me here?" And she kind of like looks at the party, kind of angrily.
Then I'll chime in from the back and say, "You know where we are."
Oh, Pouty! I remember you. And then that would make you. And she starts to put it together about like who you guys are. Now, what is it that brought you all this way? Surely your trinkets couldn't be worth all this trouble. And she kind of like motions to the fact that she's tied up.
Can we, from like where we are in the woods, can we see like the beam of light coming from the tree?
Yeah,
Easily?
yeah, for sure.
So I'll say, I'll just simply like point at it from behind Senna and say, that.
Oh, that's again. It's starting to like come to her, and as she remembers the events before. Basically, she kind of like half blacked out. It's like, yeah, that likely did a lot of damage.
That's it?
Well, it would have done more, if not for you three.
What is it?
I'm gonna kick her in the stomach.
Fuck you.
She almost like spits up bile.
Like how we're just torturing her in the woods. Like, what the fuck?
It's like
For a passion project.
she's like catching her breath. She almost like spits up like some bile.
This became a Tarantino
What
movie quick.
It would have been far more merciful if you three were not involved. But now, half measures leads to even more damage and almost dragging out the inevitable, more painful than it needed to have been. Because you three thought you could get in the way with all your strength and all your arrogance, and for what? For a decaying grove of druids you don't know? For lost trinkets you could replace at any moment?
So,
Again, what brings us
Can I
here?
cut it off right before that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. First of all, gonna say, we didn't choose this. We were brought into this. All of us didn't know each other before we got on this adventure together. So, this is our destiny, whether you like it or not. Sorry to ruin your plans. But right now, that is more threatening to us than anything. You, me, even the Grove, obviously, but us as in general.
Okay.
We don't know what that is, and you do. So, tell us.
Once you say, like, ruin your plan, she starts to chuckle a little bit, and she starts to say, my plans. If they are mine. If you care so much for the Grove, let's go in, shall we? See the extent of the damage done. See the effects of my plan meddled with by you three.
Okay. Send a kicker in the chest again. Let's go.
Stop doing that!
Well, stop being a bitch.
Okay, what do you do from there?
I whip her all back on my shoulder.
Okay.
And continue on.
That's fucking useless, bitch. So at that point, I guess we all start walking towards the Grove.
Yep, so you start to make it to that threshold. Let's see. Right, so you start to make it through the threshold of the grove. You start to get closer and closer to the walled kind of thorn and vines creating the wall that protected the grove. As you get closer, you start to see that they've gone weak, almost like blackened and burnt. Like the tips of the thorns on these vines are almost ash. Like if you were to touch one, they would just like come off in your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk closer and closer, you start to take in the environment, your surroundings. You hear empty cries echoing through the streets of the grove. You see clusters of people coming together in search of friends and loved ones. You see where there was once that tree, as you get closer and closer to that mother tree, it's completely gone. Instead, it's completely in ruin, and the gigantic leaves and branches from it actually now litter the streets. You're having to like step over them and make your way past make your way through the chaos, and people kind of like hunched over. You walk by one woman who's hunched over, cradling something close to her chest, just in tears. She was just trying to help. She was just trying to help, she says over and over. She always wanted to help. You also see, as you continue forward, you see a child basically propped up on one of the fallen branches, kind of soot on its face, vines wrapped around its ankles. He's trying to kind of like free himself. They're limp vines, they're not grasping onto him tightly anymore. But if you remember the last time you were in the grove, the vines were essentially widespread, coming from the earth, grasping around people and like almost pulling them down into the earth, sucking them off their life force, basically. This was true, obviously, of one of the elders before you kind of like freed him. And I'll tell you now, once again, I'll kind of reiterate, because you were able to take out 3 of the power cells, this is only 25% of the damage, which roughly means about 25% of the population of the grove have been killed. And thanks to your actions and thanks to your decision also to even save Lumerith, you mitigated 3 out of 4, so it could have been a lot worse.
See, empathy works sometimes.
I was planning on killing the grove, to like just be honest
I
when I
had a
started.
feeling. I had a feeling.
But you guys, yeah.
Because the core thing, like when you were explaining what it was, we were just like, oh, so this is like bombs under, the kingdom of God sort of thing.
Yeah. So, as you kind of like shuffle your way through everything and just the chaos of everything, you get this deep pit, sinking feeling in your stomach. You see just this immediate loss of life and tragedy and just like cries of families. You make your way through the town and you see what used to be a really beautiful integration of nature and homes and buildings, where like the branches of and the roots of the tree would be beautifully like wrapped around and built into the very foundation of the buildings themselves and of the homes. Instead, now the branches have like cut through and created wreckage, and so you can see like dilapidated, half like almost like sliced in half, but in not a very clean way, just a jagged way. You can peer into the homes, and you can see half-set dinner tables, and essentially just like evidence of what could have been like any other night, but not for this event. As you go closer and closer, basically taking all this in, Lyriel looks at all of it, and there's a moment where she says, "It wasn't supposed to look like this," and she kind of like says that under her breath, almost in anger, but also like a very, very hint of sadness that you're able to detect, that she's kind of covering.
We can hear her say this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, after that, I'll turn to her and say, well, what was it supposed to look like?
More merciful. If you hadn't intervened, they wouldn't have felt a thing. There wouldn't be grieved ones suffering the loss of their loved ones. There would just be peace, there would be quiet, there would be a slow decay and a higher purpose to all of it. Instead, we have this: those who suffered and those who are left behind to suffer even more greatly with their loss.
But you still killed people.
I did nothing of the sort.
You made
Bullshit.
this happen.
I played a role. I played my
Then
part.
whose plan was it?
I don't see how that's anything you should know. I feel like you've done enough.
Right now, you don't have any power in this situation.
Don't I?
Is this your power?
If I'm the one with the answers and you're coming to me, it seems like I don't have to give them up for nothing.
Who said we had the answers?
I'm the one with the answers to the questions you're asking.
Well, we can either make it a slow death or a quick death.
You'd kill me.
If you don't tell us, we might change our mind.
As what? An act of justice for the death of these people?
As an act of getting rid of an annoyance.
And with the annoyance gone, so too all your answers.
Well, damage is done no matter what. Whether or not we have answers, people still died.
Alright, let me put it this way. Once we get back into town proper, I imagine the druids and the elders and my former harpers will have something to say to me. They won't be quite so merciful. Harper law is quite clear. If you make it a little bit easier on me, maybe I can give you and even them some information that might help.
How about definitely easier? You give us the answers and we'll consider unhog-tying you. Not letting you go. Unhog-tying.
I didn't say that.
That was Senna.
I didn't say that! I look at her with like this stern look like, shut the fuck up, we got this, shut up!
Okay, so just so I know, are you lying to her?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll deception.
It's funny.
You're just like,
You were so
what?
You were so sincere, like a little kid. Like, I didn't say that.
It's my toys!
She's my toy. You can't decide what happens to her.
It's funny how
Fuck, that's a 3.
that's a never mind.
She looks you up and down. Like, as she's
Wait,
still
deception, right? Not intimidation?
If you were lying, yeah, because you're trying to.
No, it'd be
fair
deception.
enough. Yeah, okay,
Deception.
So it's a 3. Yeah.
Okay, so she looks you kind of like up and down as she's still hunched or slumped over Senna's shoulder. I know better than to trust my captives, and I know even more of this grove and the laws that bind. To trust any promises that you might make now.
Okay.
I don't even know how much leverage or influence you might have over swaying the decisions of the Harpers or the Elders of the Grove in my fate.
Then how about this? As we get closer to your merciless death, why don't you explain what the whole plan was and why you hated the Grove in the first place?
I made an arrangement with people who actually intended to do something with power rather than hiding it away, being fearful of it, sitting in small rooms making decisions for small people, all while calling it sacred acts. So I made a deal with those who knew power and how to wield it. I exchanged access for purpose. The Grove's magic, its wards, its layout, its people, all for the chance to be part of something that isn't quietly dissolving in some backwater grove, hiding away from the world. The Harpers I once saw as my family have no vision and have relegated themselves to being keepers and protectors of a dying grove, just prolonging the inevitable.
So you wanted to kill everyone because you have a problem with power? Is that the gist?
I didn't want to kill anyone.
But you did.
But an arrangement is an arrangement. And all the details of what would happen after I played my role were not made known to me. But rest assured, this grove was dying regardless.
It sounds like you bet on the wrong horse.
No. You've yet to see what they're capable of. Look around you. This is just a fraction of what they can do.
Okay. If that's supposed to intimidate me, I've seen worse.
You think so?
I know so.
As you walk in closer and closer to the center of the grove, you start to see where the council building once stood, now in complete wreckage. Where the mother tree once stood is now a complete disaster area. Essentially, the roots have been unearthed and just fractured throughout the roads, making the path forward completely like in disarray, not able to get a solid, just even path forward. The massive, basically all that remains of the mother tree is a massive stump that itself has a similar crack just bearing down the middle of it, similar to Kyra's altar did, and essentially seeping down into the depths of the earth, because that's where the beam first originated from, directly underneath the trunk of the tree. So it's shooting up from the stump, through the cracks of it, through the shifted earth, and launching its way into the sky. As you get closer and closer, you start to see some of what remains of the Harpers, some of what remains of the Elders, speaking to each other, trying to kind of coordinate different kind of like rescue or outreach or kind of medical intervention, and just kind of trying to get the Harpers to mobilize and try and find the people lost in the wreckage and reach out to them. So they're all kind of gathered around each other discussing, and they start to see you guys make your way towards them. What do you do?
What are the reactions seeing this?
Kind of like a solemn smile, like they're happy to see you, but under the circumstance, it's like seeing a loved one you haven't seen in many years, but the context is that you're seeing them at a funeral.
It's like, yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay. Like, do they say anything to us when they see us?
Not just yet, because you're still a little bit too far away, but they do kind of call you over softly.
So I turn to sorry, what was her name again? I keep on thinking
You're okay.
Rebirth, so it's that's the mix
Yeah,
up.
fair enough. Lyriel.
Lyriel, okay. So I turn to Lyriel as we keep walking forward, and I say, "Hey, look who it is! Isn't that crazy?"
My old family.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be too happy to see you.
Just remember, I tried to make a deal.
Yep. And here we are in the middle of it.
I tried to reason with you.
There's no reason. This is close to genocide on a massive level.
She goes quiet. Kind of looks down.
So I guess at that point, we probably reach them, right?
Yep. What do you guys do? Do you want to kind of fill in the Harpers and the Elder leaders kind of on what she's told you so far? Or do you want to tell them anything? Or
I would say probably just give him like a rundown of everything.
Yeah, give them a rundown of pretty much what we've been through, where we found her, how we got her,
Okay.
and then how we got back.
Alright, so from that point, the Harper leader, and bear with me because I do not remember her name.
Don't even worry about it.
It's a woman, and I remember the Elder, who was a man who you did save, who was being dragged down, but I don't remember his name either. So I'll just refer to them by their titles for now. Yeah. But if you guys remember, or Maddie, if it's in your notes later, then that's fine. I can always check back in my notes later. It's okay. It's not too important.
Yeah,
don't worry. Just like I remember seeing similar theories, but they were strong as shit.
It's like half of it is a grocery list.
No, I have like no, they're like not very good.
Eggs.
No, like this
one. Druid milk eggs.
Like,
what brings you by?
Like on this one, it says Amber Shithead Familiar.
Amber Shithead Familiar.
See?
Oh, that's actually okay. So that's maybe the.
And then there's.
That's Lyriel, I think, because she had a familiar when we first saw her, and
yes.
I think maybe her eyes were amber, maybe her hair. I don't remember.
I don't know.
One of the two.
Yeah, that's Celeria bitch who stole our shit.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah. So you give them the rundown. The Harper, the leader of the Harper, basically lunges forward at her while you're still. Are you still carrying her on your shoulder? No, you just
Yes.
let it go. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Put it down.
I'm looking for this fucking ape. Keep going.
Okay. She lunges towards her over your shoulder and calls her a traitor. Serving a new master instead of serving the ones that took you in, that housed you, that fed you, that trained you, that clothed you, that turned you into not a weapon, but a tool for good, for bringing harmony, for bringing balance. And now you serve new masters that would use you as a weapon. Lyriel chimes in. Is she still on your shoulder? It's up to you. I don't care. I'm just asking.
Honestly, it'd probably be better.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep her there so she can't move.
She goes, you call them masters. Will you please just set me down?
Well, give me answers, and I will.
Okay. You call them masters if you want, if it makes you feel morally superior. I call them bestowers. Bestowers of a great purpose and a great power, far greater than anything this grove or the Harpers would ever known.
Is there any way I can glean who she might mean by like either a Arcana or history check or something like that? Like maybe I know or heard.
You can do it. You can do it if you want. Just the word bestowers, just on face value, doesn't ring any bells in terms of having like a title of significance.
Oh no, I'm
It's
talking
more
about like the destruction, carnage, like all the telltale signs of something that I could have like read about in a book somewhere or something like that. Like during my warlock training.
You can do. I'm trying to think, what would it be? Let me see the D&D sheets really quickly, because I do have like something that might actually be a good hint for you.
Okay.
Let me see what it would be. Survival history.
I already wrote down that fucker's name, but I can't find it anywhere.
You can do history if you want. Yeah, do history check.
Okay.
And you're all like, shit!
That is a 6 + 4.
10.
Okay. So you recall enough. Now, again, this is going to be helped by the fact that you were there physically, and so you recognize it physically. The parts that you recognize when you were back in the depths and tunnels, you are reminded, and you ask her, the machines that are doing this, that are siphoning off the energy of this grove, of the wildlife, of the people in this grove even, they looked familiar to me. They looked like they were from my home, Eros. Can you tell
Oh, it's Aerolith. Sorry.
Can you tell me anything about that?
So that's what I would say to her.
Yeah, basically. She goes, the masters I serve, I have yet to see them unmasked. I don't know their true intentions, but I know of their power, and I've seen that for myself. I know their reach, I know their influence, and I know that they span the entire globe. And so that your home has some connection to it does not surprise me. It's likely they got their technology, their machineries from, or whatever other resources from around the land, including your home. So maybe there are traitors in in all our midst, no matter where we come from. So don't be too quick to pass judgment on me.
Yeah, seems like it. So, the Harper lady's still reprimanding her, right?
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Lyriel? Like, even just from you guys, from what you've seen, like, if you have questions about, like, your stolen items, or, like, why the fuck are they taking it, or, like, what's on your mind?
Actually, that's a good idea. Now that I bring it up, or now that you bring it up.
Now that I single-handedly suggested it all by myself.
It was in my head.
I have such good
And
ideas.
he said it first, but I said
You sound like Donald Trump.
It's the greatest plan. I made up this plan. So I'll say then, out of all the things that you could have taken from us, How did our belongings fit into this plan? And where the hell is my necklace?
Now, what the fuck happened to those?
You.
Didn't we get that back?
No.
No?
While I will say again, remember like the ledger that you found a series of different magical items, essentially, or just different items actually, being shipped to different locations, and so that's kind of like your clue about their whereabouts. Like, okay,
Oh, that's probably what I remember.
she stole them, and then she gave them to like this goblin run underground network, this black market or whatever it's happening over there, and clearly they were shipped somewhere, but you guys don't know where. Right, because that's we need like a translator.
Yeah, and then they were giving off like sounds and shit.
Yeah.
And
So you might want to ask her about the ledger too.
We have the ledger, right? Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, and so you might want to ask her about that too, like where the fuck are they going, things like that. So,
Yeah,
So
you do that
maybe,
already.
maybe we hold off on that because I'm guessing we're going to be doing a little questioning with her later.
this is the question.
This is the question?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the reckoning.
So-
Okay. Then, did she answer my question before? About like why are items and where is my necklace?
Yeah, I'll give you the answer now. So basically, you see her kind of like shifting, like maybe like just based on your default perception, you can tell like she's kind of debating how much to be honest with you in this moment. Then she just blurts out, leverage over you specifically, the three of you. I needed to know what I was dealing with before deciding whether to approach you, whether you could be useful, or whether you might be a complication. Then she kind of like smirks
And I'm gonna-
says,
You gone.
"You turned out to be both." And then what?
And then I'm gonna like lean down to her and ask her like, "Do you remember how like my boot tastes?" And then ask and say that if you don't start telling us the truth.
Okay. I was gonna ask you to roll. What would it be?
That would be intimidation.
No,
Yeah.
well, before that, to see if she's lying. What is it like?
Oh, that would be
Insight.
insight. Probably?
Insight.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll insight, guys, to see like how much suspicious you really are.
Don't fuck me this time. 18.
Oh, okay.
18
Great.
Nice.
plus. Just 20 plus.
Oh, fuck yeah! Let's get it. Okay. And then Senna.
Oh fuck.
Wait. Yeah, really?
Yeah, you can't read this bitch.
It's 20. It's a natural 20.
Oh, it's an 18. So an 18.
You both rolled 18. Wow.
You saw mine.
All right, so
Dude,
you
that was
both.
a natural fuck. Dude, we're fucking trying to read that. That's an 18.
I can't.
Let me see.
Honestly,
You
though,
can't
let
fucking
me see.
read that.
it's pretty hard to read.
And I feel like Ashley Johnson, dude.
Okay, that basically says 22.
That's...
How are these
Yeah.
numbers? Okay, that's a 15. That's
See-
a 5. That's 2.
That's the one downfall to those die is that they chose to do like old alarm clock text.
Yeah, like digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. We can reconstruct it. I'm trying to use this as a reference. Trying to find the
It
5.
looks like an 18 after I figured
Okay,
it out.
The 5 is right next to the 18. It's an 18. So you both roll an 18. So what that
Thank you.
means basically is that you in tandem hear the answer,
Look at each other.
look at each other, and go, bullshit.
Fuck yeah.
In tandem at the same time, you're like, she's lying.
I'm gonna
No.
take my boot and I'm just gonna wait, fuck, is she on the floor?
She's on
I put her on-
She's on your
No, she's on your
shoulders.
back.
Okay, I'm gonna put her on the floor and then I'm gonna take my boot and just rub it on her face.
Oh
and
my
lips.
god.
Jesus Christ. It's like the
Just
mountain.
remember how it tastes.
God,
It's
this is
like
what
nothing. And she goes,
Game of Thrones references you guys aren't gonna get yet. Fuck.
Yet.
Yes.
she, okay, so she basically, tries to, avoid it and, digs her face basically into the dirt even more to avoid it. And now her face is just smeared with dirt. She goes, nothing gets past you guys. So, at this point, she says, alright, look. I played a small role. I gave them access to the grove. That much you know. But I played a small role in doing tasks for them and trying to secure sources of energy, power, magic. Look around you. This grove, for everything that it's not worth, you cannot say that it does not house an immense amount of spiritual energy. That is the power that the ones I serve were trying to access. And your items all have within them magical energy within them.
So at that point, I'm gonna pull out the ledger and put it pretty much right into her face and say, "Where is our stuff on this piece of paper?"
It's like, oh, you found that, didn't you?
You
You like my
trying to hide it.
signature?
You weren't trying to hide it, clearly.
So, yeah, give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's in for this.
I'll finish my note.
Alright, so she goes, you found it, and I know that you can't even read half of it. What I can tell you is that your items that I procured were not the only ones. We collect what we can, any source of energy, any source of magic from around the kingdoms. And where they're going, that's not for me to decide, or for me to even know. Now, the shipping locations are written in a trade cipher that the Ascended Ones use internally. So the Ascended Ones is essentially what she calls the people that she's serving.
I'm gonna ask her, does she know what the cipher is?
No, that's not something I can know. You won't crack it by staring at it either, so don't try.
Carol and
She looks over at Lars. Yeah, go for it. You want to see if she's lying, or what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just bullshit. That's joking.
She goes to the same die.
The one she can't read.
Hold on. Too many players on the field.
Flag on the play.
13.
Okay, 13, you get the sense that she's telling the truth, and just knowing your own strengths, you don't feel like you'd be able to just stare at it until it made sense.
Yeah. So it's kind of dumb.
So then I would say to her, then who would know?
You see her kind of like mind trail off, hesitating a little bit.
Boot on mouth.
Maybe hesitant. Like hesitant maybe to implicate someone else, but she says, a true bard might. Do you ask her anymore? Do you trust what she's saying?
Can I roll an insight on that?
True bard? That's interesting. You said bard, right?
Yeah, bard.
That is an 11.
Okay. So as far as you guys are concerned, she's telling the truth here.
Okay.
You're just cooperating, and you see that you get the sense it's mainly almost out of fear, not even just for you guys and your torture of her, but also for the fact that now there are onlookers of the Harpers and elders who she wants to elicit some mercy from. So she explains, there is a bard I know of. His name is Aldrich Voss. A-L-D-R-I-C. A-L-D-R-I-C.
So one more time.
A-L-D
A-L.
R-I-C. Aldrich. Aldrich Voss. V-O-S-S. His last name is important. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like repeating first
I
names.
bet that they're wrong.
There's a lot of Aldrichs in this town.
My beginning spelled
Should've got the
Aldrich with an
contact
E.
info.
That's all one dude named Aldrich who's the dad.
He's a traveler. Last I knew, he was working by the river ports, just northeast of here. The town of Silver Song.
That's not how you spell silver.
You Yeah. So the
Silver Song.
Silver Song Village. Yeah. Alaris chimes in, basically telling you guys because again, it's still you guys right now are. If the world is comprised of like different territories of land, it's basically like if you guys remember the map, essentially it's like 5 pieces of land on the ocean, and then one of them actually Valoria, which is where your home was. It's not even on the ocean; it's in the sky. And so, Silver Song is a small town, actually not too far from where you are now, and you guys are in like let's say the country, like Alaris's home country, and so he chimes in, basically telling you a bit about it. He's saying. It's a village that's well known for its skilled musicians and bards, as well as its affiliation with the neighboring port of Ravenport. Basically, because they live near the port, they're able to collect a lot of information. They're kind of almost historians, as bards often function as. And basically tells you it's located near the Whispering Woods, not too far from here, just northeast. So at that point, let's see. The elder, the druid elder, speaks up, basically explaining true bards have training in memorizing traditions which are passed down even verbally or through song. Entire languages, their knowledge of memory and history is unmatched. They are precise, and they carry knowledge for generations. And then the harper leader even chimes in, explaining that's why so many harpers are bards, to preserve the knowledge of their past. So from there you have that lead. What do you say or do or think next?
So what did we do with this chick?
You asking me or you asking Harper?
Everybody.
Is there anything else you want to know from her? You have a name, you have a direction to go to.
No, I'm trying to think of
I'm
anything
thinking of
important.
any questions.
Yeah.
This might be your last chance to talk to
Yeah, I know.
It is our last chance to talk.
This bitch is mad.
I'm gonna ask her what role she played in this like scheme or in the destruction.
I'm just thinking like I turned to her like this light's kind of bright. How do I turn it down?
Does it have a dimmer? Do you know that? So,
Can't see the sliding bars.
So she kind of reiterates what she mentioned earlier, which was like she served a role in granting the people that she serves access to the grove, access to the people, the underground network, coordinating with the goblins that work underground to move the magic items to siphon off the energy from the tree. But she didn't have a very high up role to where she knows a lot of information that would be helpful, like names, spaces, overall plans.
When you met with them, where did you meet them?
I never saw their faces. The closest I ever got was Selka, as we knew of each other from living here in the Grove. She was often kind of a relay point of information for me.
No, where would she meet?
It would be. She explains basically it would be in the outskirts of the Grove, basically in the tunnel systems, where you guys were last.
Okay.
She'd be given instructions. She also explains there would be times where she'd be given. I forget the word for it, but when I was like planning this, I think it's called like a messenger stone or something. Essentially, it's like a magical item that can like relay information. There you go. Or it's like you can pre-record a message and give it to somebody, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like basically like a telephone.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Because I mean, they have messenger stones in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so.
cool.
No, but okay. By their voices, could you tell race?
That's a good question. I didn't even think of that. That's a good question.
Male, female.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Ogre.
Because I mean, like, I was thinking like an orc would sound very different than like an elf. So
yeah, like a tiefling or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the main point of contact, when I did hear their voices, they were careful to obscure themselves, but when I did hear their voices, it was a man, and he had a very refined speaking voice. He used language very eloquently.
Like a royal?
Was it articulate?
He was very articulate. If he was royal, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell if he was royal by birth, but certainly his demeanor and arrogance and the way he carried, and the way his voice carried, I wouldn't be too shocked if he comes from some royal line, or at the very least he thinks of himself in that way.
Was it always one person?
The voice that I heard was one.
Did you see anyone else?
No. Anytime physical interaction was really needed, they sent Selka to me.
I'm done with this bitch. She's yours.
Okay. Anything else, Maddie?
No. I'll take the rope that was attached to my waist, and then while she's still, because she's still technically attached to it, I'm just like hand it over to the Harpers.
Okay.
I would
And
keep,
say
I would
this-
keep that rope, please. Please keep the rope.
Huh?
If I've learned anything from Boondock Saints, keep the rope. Take the rope off of her, keep it on you, give them the Marion.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so you untie her and you keep the rope.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have never seen Boondock Saints?
No.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a really good movie. But there's a line in there where there's like, some guy grabs a big thing of rope, and he's like, what the fuck are you gonna use that stupid rope for? And then literally the next scene, they use the rope to
There's
pull
a
up
funny
the
line in
rope.
Avatar 2 where like they tied up Zuko. I don't remember this. It's like in season 1 in the climax where they take him to the North Pole and they tie him up because they wanted to save him from the blizzard.
Mhm.
And then, I guess he's free. And then Sokka wants to keep the rope because this is some quality rope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I guess this is just a thing in like fantasy adventure shows. Like,
No, it's just so,
useful, yeah.
it's just funny because like literally the next line after they complete their job via the rope,
Yeah.
the other
That's
guy
funny.
turns to one of the guys like, "What do you need that stupid rope for?" Yeah.
So at this point, the elder has heard enough. He looks at you guys and says, "We are indeed in your debt. Having seen firsthand the consequence of Lyriel's betrayal, I would heed your counsel, but not be bound by it."
What
In
does
your
what
view-
does he mean?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Mom.
In your view, what should be done? Justice or mercy? Like, he'll take your advice into consideration. He won't necessarily do exactly what you want, but he'll definitely influence him. Think about it.
I would say interrogate her more. See if you can squeeze every last bit of detail out of this because your home is destroyed because of her. This plan couldn't have obviously worked if she didn't have a hand in it.
Okay. I can tell you personally, she's told you everything she knows.
Okay. Slow, torturous death. No mercy.
Okay. So you think justice over mercy? What about Senna?
She just stays there quiet. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say
She doesn't say
anything.
Okay.
She's down looking at this dumb bitch.
Nah, like in my eyes, like Tyr would probably say that just because he wants he cares about people.
Yeah, he cares about justice
So,
also, and he cares
exactly.
about revenge and what's
So
right.
like the best revenge at this point would be just get rid of her, make sure she's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
God, my ADHD kicked in. I was like, oh, moving object.
Okay. It's probably a cat now. So, the Harper also chimes in to offer their perspective, saying, Harpers police their own. A Harper who listens to the call of personal power can no longer hear the harp's sweet song of freedom. A Harper who seizes power and holds it above all else is a traitor to the harp, a traitor to their family. The law is clear. For freedom to live, traitors must die. And
Yeah, I was just
Go
gonna
for
say,
it.
Tyr just goes like.
yeah, and then as you hear that, you see Liriel's kind of head bow down. The elder steps forward and says, "I, the protector of the grove, keeper of the just, servant of the merciful, sentence you to die. Have you any last words? Speak them now, lest they be committed to ash, dust, and forever silenced." Liriel speaks up one last time and says, "Old blind fool, there is a rot afflicting the very branches you cling from."
Can I kick her in the stomach?
I feel like it's really cruel, but you can.
I want to do it again. One last pain before I head
I
down.
want to do it again.
Alright.
One was
One
enough,
last time.
Two didn't take.
Alright, you fucking wind up. And you hit her hard this time. And as you do so, you basically knee her to the stomach, in the stomach. She falls to her knees, basically now like winded, out of breath, coughing up even like a little splatter of blood on the ground. And as that splatter of blood touches the earth, the leader of the Harper comes in and says, "That won't be the last of your blood spilt today." And she grabs her by the collar and lifts her up from her knees and drags her. And she's like basically a little, like half on her knees, half falling over.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like very winded and very exhausted at this point anyway. She's like near death's door anyways at this point. She drags her, she steps up on what is left of the stump of the tree.
As she's going,
It's pretty fucked up.
I know. As she's going, I almost want to be like, should I touch my stuff?
What did we learn?
Yeah, exactly. Exact same energy.
She drags her very slowly, like a death march, to the very center of what's left of the stump of the tree, and there's a crack in the very center, and there's cracks basically outreaching from all angles of the stump, and then they gradually come inward, and then there's a crater.
Kind of like spiderweb.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And then there's kind of like a crater of very shallow, loose dirt and just wreckage and like loose, shredded up bark, basically. She drags her to the very center. She kneels her over the crater. She puts her head down over the crater. And she takes out her sword. She lifts it up over her head. And in one clean sweep, she slices off Liriel's head, which comes tumbling down into the crater. The blood gushing from her neck wound starts to spill and even splatter from around the tree. The blood basically soaking into the fibers, the tree stump, drinking it up with an unquenchable thirst. Essentially, the blood starts to follow the different grooves and fractures of the base of the tree, all gradually pulling their way into the very center where that crater is. And in this kind of moment of intense violence, merciless justice, there is a brief pause as the elder rises back to the tree stump and follows the Harper leader. walks slowly towards the center of that tree stump and starts explaining. As the blood of a traitor returns to the earth, as the ashes of our fallen blind our eyes to the sun's healing light, look to the earth, look to the sky. What rests is always reborn. What falls will always rise anew. It is said that the hidden blossom of the grove blooms twice. He kneels down into the pool of blood that's gathered into the center of the tree and uncovers a familiar flower. This is the death's bloom.
It's captivating.
Very good.
Very well done, Manny.
Thank God we got
And
those
then
pieces for this.
the Verdant Codex, the book that Alaris was gifted from Kyra, starts to shimmer in Alaris' hands, and as he opens the book itself onto the page that explains a little bit of the lore of the Death's Bloom, the Elder continues to speak as Alaris is sifting through that page and reading through it. The Elder continues saying, "For too long, we have lived in fear of its power, resigning it to the outskirts of the grove, tasking the guardian to protect it and to protect us. But the Death's Bloom is not just destruction. It once went by another name, a name lost to time and to fear. The name," Alaris brings his head up from the book to say, "the life's blossom." The Elder nods his head. "Indeed. The life's blossom will no longer be relegated to the grove's outskirts. It will remain here as our spiritual center. May its potent new life be the wellspring from which a mother tree grows anew." And as his words drape gently over the scene and hang in the air with a hint of optimism, there's a sense of renewal and death and justice, but a sense that this ending is yet another beginning for you, for the Grove, for Kyra, and for everyone whose paths you crossed. And with that, we'll end the session.
Very, very good, Dan.
That was good.
Awesome.
Hey, you guys are amazing. I'm glad you pushed. You guys were very violent. You're more violent than I thought you'd be. But on top of that, I think you made it a lot of fun and really interesting, and asked a lot of cool questions that I didn't even think of. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So, get on
This
it.
is some good shit.
Yeah.
The story's
Wow.
there and everything is all fitting together. Now, how certain were you with Silver Song? Was that supposed to be the next step after this always, or no?
Kinda. I had the idea that pretty much a little bit after this, I wanted you guys to go there. I didn't really quite know why or what would bring you there. For a while, I thought it would be they probably need a translator or what's the word? Like something that would help you. Not even if it's not a person, it would be like a device that could help you translate the text. So I was like, okay, now I need to get them somewhere else that's kind of around the port for other reasons. So it kind of worked out, but
Because I have my theories now.
okay.
Not
cool.
about how you built the story, about a lot of stuff based off of our lore. I'm like, okay,
All right. Cool,
I can
cool.
kind of dots are connected.
All right. I like it. I love it. I'm glad.
Are you gonna say what yet? Because I want to see if it's true.